guys, it's SJ. How are you? I just wanted to do a little chatty update about how I'm coping, what I'm doing, what huge changes are happening. I don't want to talk about Naomi's actual treatments in this video because we're going to do those together. And yeah, I'm going to be with her very soon. So just wanted to share kind of like, if you don't know, my sister's been diagnosed with stage 4 bowel cancer. It's spread now, so as it quite often does with any cancer, it goes to the liver because that's where it kind of clears out. So that's happened, and they've also found lymph glands behind her abdomen. So at the moment we're on the first cycle of chemo, and at the moment they've said it's not curable but it's treatable, so we're just looking into so many options. Honestly, I have researched and become such an expert and I will share all of that with you guys very soon, but I think it's just better to do that with Nay, and when I'm by myself, just to talk about my life and what I can talk about and how I'm taking good care of myself and what's changed in my life. Obviously it's a humongous diagnosis, so what I'm going to be doing is spending 3 days a week here, 2 days a week at my sister's. So she lives miles away, absolutely miles away, and literally I think she's near Wales and I'm in Surrey. So what I'm doing is I've hired a nanny. So I've actually hired a nanny who's really on my wavelength. So I practice gentle parenting, and it's really important to me that anyone who's around my children in that capacity has my same values and would treat them the same. So I've managed to hire kind of a gentle parenting nanny. So how we did that was just when I interviewed her, we actually talked parenting styles, and she was really insistent on that as well. We both had the same values. When I looked at her profile, she's somebody who mentors teens on things like bereavement. I was like, can't believe that, like because it's not a typical nanny situation where I'm going off to work. I'm actually sort of going off to care for somebody, and I felt she was somebody I could immediately talk to because she's obviously really lent into that difficult side of life, which is loss and illness. For whatever reason, I haven't asked her personal reasons for doing that, but she mentors on anxiety, bereavement, bullying. So she's a really kind-hearted soul, and she's a university student. So we just clicked. I was really keen that she hired us, that she chose us, because she had other families as well. So, but I think my kids are quite chill. So I was like, they're so chill. And then since she started, because she gets them on Thursdays and Fridays, it's been a bit like hectic. And Freddie keeps showing up at home with mates from secondary school, and I said you cannot bring them Thursdays and Fridays when it's the nanny, because it's just not fair on her. She's suddenly got this house full of big boys, which changes how Finn acts, because it's changed between them now that Freddie's at secondary and he's at junior school. It's different. They've sort of not in the same circles as much anymore. It's a big shift for both of them. So that's all going on. But we talked about parenting styles, and I said, you know, I do understand that when they get back from school, they need to decompress, have alone time. Finn's very much likes to be off by himself, so does Freddie. Evelina not. My 5-year-old, she'll want to play, and this is how we play, and we'll do a lot of role playing, a lot of play with toys, and just let Evelina lead because she's so strong on what she wants to do, which is fantastic. So I'm thrilled, I'm over the moon, and we even get on Super Ballot. We were chatting about all podcasts that we're obsessed with, and they're all kind of the same ones, and she's just real. I like her a lot, so I like spending time with her. So that's how it's working at the moment, that I drop the kids on Thursday at school, jump on the train down to my sister's, and then I'll come back either Friday night or Saturday morning, depending, because Lee still has to go to work, her husband. You know, I think that there was a conversation I had with my management team. I have a management team for YouTube who get me jobs on here and on Instagram, and they were like, do you want to carry on? And I was like, yeah, I do, because everyone else is going to work, and this has always been my happy place, my community, and I don't show up and do it on my terrible days. Like today is a really good day, yesterday was a real tearful day, but while I'm having good days, I think it's important that just because there's cancer in our family shouldn't mean that we feel shunned or not included as well. And I think that that's a really isolating thought, that you can't even continue to do something that you've always done when you feel like you can. So that's kind of really where my head's at, and I feel like, I don't want to talk for Naomi, but it's also important for her as well. You know, we've really built this Baby Name Envy Instagram and the Baby Name Envy podcast, and we had so many plans for it for this year. And I really hope we can get her to an equilibrium with living with cancer where we can achieve all those things. We have recorded a couple of podcasts, but because we're unable to go to studio or anything, I'm now producing those. I'm terrible at it. And I think what's happened is, with me, when I get anxious about something, I get like a mental block about doing it. Like I've done it, I've edited, but I get a real, like, I just almost can't do it. It's such a bizarre thing. Does anyone else describe that? Oh, can you make me feel normal about that? Because it's like the thing that you care the most about, sometimes you just almost are incapable of doing it. So I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet and find an editor to get me going on that. Right, I'm waffling. I'd written notes. We got a kitten, which was something I'd wanted for so long, and that is also something that I decided to go ahead of for self-care. Cats are known to be really therapeutic, and for me that is 100% the case. And I've also felt that for my children, to have somebody to love and to care for, they do know about my sister, and it's going to get to hard points about that. And I feel like little Skylar, our kitten, is a real blessing, particularly for the older boys. Evelina's not so fussed, but the boys really love her, and they can sit and cuddle with her, and she can soothe them, and they can care for her. And it's just a really lovely thing to have, is a little pet. So we're enjoying her. So that's why I'm doing the 2 days a week, and then we're also spending all of half term together. I'm not sure when I'll put this video up, but there's a February half term, and we have booked to go to a beautiful place, actually, where we spent Christmas being horrific in terms of finding out her diagnosis first on the 22nd and then on Christmas Eve, the stage 4 diagnosis. But it's a beautiful healing place that we're going to go to, really tranquil, and we're going to turn that into like a healing kind of retreat. So she's booked some people. It's funny because I was thinking that yesterday, and I'm trying to book some people to come. We've booked things like we've got a Reiki session together and things like that, and she's got some people coming to the house, and then I've ordered some these like clay kits, so I thought maybe we can sit and do some pottery together, potentially, things like that, just to give us some sort of nice, I think with the pottery, it's that, what was I reading about, it's called flow, where you're doing something that's just enough to keep your mind on it, but that's not taxing, because she really needs peace of mind right now. So I've booked a few stuff like that. My mum is actually a yoga teacher and practices yoga nidra, which is sleep yoga, but you really can't do stuff like that with your mum. It's like your own mum's voice trying to soothe you to sleep. Sometimes it's like, Mum, I can't get in the zone because I'm just thinking you're being annoying. So I'm going to ask my mum to maybe find a friend of hers to come and do that, because she desperately needs sleep. So we're doing this healing half term, and I think that if you're going through anything yourself, it's a really good way of doing it, of going to like a beautiful tranquil place. It doesn't have to cost a lot, and then pulling in some things that really think every day there's an activity that is flow activity that keeps me busy but keeps my mind occupied but isn't too energetic to really get through. Then I've also I've switched up my gym membership, so I've been going just to the leisure centre with the kids all these years, and now that this has come right on the back of all my kids starting school and me having a really tough summer because of that, which now seems like, was it because of that, or was it because I had some sense of something happening? I don't know, I felt so low, and they said the tumour's been there around 6 months, and I swear for 6 months I've been tearful and low. I just feel like the universe is working in weird ways at the moment. I've gone a bit like that. It's annoying, isn't it? I've gone a bit university, because anything you can do to cope, and I'm not religious, but yeah, I'm looking for signs of good things. So that's funny, but maybe you just live on a different plane, like mental plane, when you're going through something. Maybe you put yourself, because you do, with something like cancer, what happens is, both for me and my sister, is obviously more for her, but we've get lifted, start really seeing a bird's eye view of your whole life, like what have I achieved, what are my happy points, and people coming out of the woodwork as well. So when we told everyone, there was obviously, you guys were incredible and gave her just the love that she needed to push herself through a few more days, because it was almost just getting to a point where it was like, I can't lift my head. And it's given her such a focus. But then people like, like old work colleagues, people from really your past sending messages like, I remember your sister did this, or people from your childhood, like, your sister was always so kind to me in the playground. And it sort of puts your whole world, your whole life in front of you in a way, and it's just a huge thing to go through. So anyway, I've joined a gym. don't know where I got to with that. I've joined this gym, so I've joined a gym that's just for me, so it's a bit more of a nicer one, where I can go and do the steam room, the sauna, because I've been extremely cold, freezing, and apparently that's a trauma response in your body, and so I think I'm going to enjoy that, just go for some healing, respite, some time alone, and nice coffees, and they had some plant-based stuff on the menu, so that's literally all I can aspire to and want right now. And then I'm also just going to do this play therapy course, which I was really hopeful that I could achieve this year. I wanted to start like in March, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to commit to the hours, because I'm having days like where I really can't lift my head, I'm crying all day, and I'm not sure if I should put that into a thing that I could fail at right now. Like, doing this is enough of an achievement for me, and I keep thinking this is enough for me. Like, if I keep doing my baby videos when I can, if I chat to you guys when I can, because I love it, and make some gentle parenting videos. I'm really enjoying doing some gentle parenting Instagrams, and really know that I have to remind myself that this is actually a job as well. You know, this is something that I've built over years, and yeah, it's something that's worthwhile and I'm doing, rather than, oh, all I did today was, you know, baby name video, and I didn't do anything important for my sister. You know, it's like I am doing stuff, and I think I need to really take my breaths and write my own positives. This is what I did today, is what I achieved today. Anyway, it's getting waffly. I'm going. I just wanted you to see that I am okay today. As I said, yesterday was super duper difficult, and I'm going to have those ups and downs, and while I'm up, I'm going to enjoy it, and chat and be myself, because otherwise I can't be there for my sister. So it's all swings and roundabout circles, don't know, healing, karma, don't know, something like that. Take care of yourselves. I would love to hear one thing you're doing for yourself this year that's different or out of your comfort zone, in the comment section below. Please do say hi and just chat to me about something other than cancer, and I will be back with loads of info about cancer with my sister very soon, because we've got so much knowledge now. Love you guys. Bye bye.